Upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
The tackle made by Dante Fowler.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
33-yard line.
Gun.
Newton to throw. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. These two teams squaring off here in Week 1. You might remember they used to be in that old NFC West division together from 1995 to 2001. The Falcons, Saints, and 49ers were also in there with the Rams and Panthers. And the Panthers recently, they've dominated this series. They've won 6 of the last 7 against the Rams. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Yeah, Greg, Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Safety's creeping. Slam.
Now Cam, option left, and an alley to run. And running with power here. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First and 10 at the 15.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much. Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Hey, 76! 76! 76!
From the gun, here's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 75 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The shotgun snap for Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
46-yard line.
Got 180. 59. Game situation. Let's go.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Looking for Woods that time.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
McCaffrey, and an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 70 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
These two teams all tied after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Goff throwing complete to Kupp. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Trying to get it to Woods.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 20. That one good for 33 and a 1st.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. This is McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check, check, check. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Check 24, check 24. Gun. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They come out here in the eye. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the 1st down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Goff now looks to throw. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
What I need. Great.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Ricky.
Here's Newton. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play fake to Gurley, now gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 1st down, it's gone. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Goff's throw here finds Woods. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. There's Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Hey, lift!
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an intercept.
And running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw is Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Watch the run, watch the run. Kill.
Now Newton. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. To throw is Goff. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Super one.
Mike's by 4. Let's go one more.
They are going for it. Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Watch the safety creep. Check. Tighten up. Hey! Tighten up. Joker.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Newton to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's McCaffrey. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Let's go, boys.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 20, 10, touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 76 yards, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Right to the 3.
Check my 50. You.
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense? And now here's another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 98 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Now Cam, option left. He may try and run for this. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? A gain of 13, it's a first down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Now a play fake here on first down. Airing it out deep for Woods. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Check 4, check 4.
Gun.
Newton now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The 20, 10, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 72 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
And got his man complete. 20, 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Check 24, check 24.
Now it's gone. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Check 26, check 26.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
20.
Check safety, check safety.
Newton to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 44. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. He gets it to Cooks. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them the victory. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Go, 180.
Mike 50, huh? Hey, defense, let's go.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Panthers, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able